It's time to get on with the show! Oh yes, one of my favourite songs, Led Zeppelin. Oh yes, oh I could sing that all day. What a great song. Yes, I think it's used in the current movie in Thor Ragnarok. So one of my favourite comic strips and one of my favourite songs come together. So what better way to start the show? Yes, show number 25, 1 week to New York City Marathon. Oh yes, New York City Marathon, 1 week away. And yes, as you can tell, I am terribly excited. Since January this year, I've been looking forward to this race. Yes, thank you and welcome to the show. My name's Donato, aka the Reluctant Guru, and welcome to this week's show. So yes, what have I got in store for you? I'm going to give you a quick update of what's been happening. And I'm going to cover some things about tapering crazies, you know. So those of you who've been doing some endurance training and running as you start tapering. So basically you start reducing the volume of the mileage so that when you get to race day, that you're fit, healthy, ready to go and at your strongest and to give it all you got for that race. So, but it has various impacts, and obviously for me, for the past 3 weeks, recovering from injury, I've had the added thing of the mental thing to go through of working out how to deal with my body not being the best performance. So, you know, the legs and knees have been really rusty, aching, throbbing, hurting. At times I could barely walk, but I'm working through it, doing a lot of rehab and working through that. So, you know, I don't want to turn up at the race and not do my best. So it's literally a race against time now for this week to get to the start point at New York Marathon and to be fit and well and ready to go for it and just do what I do. And that's been one of the things you've probably seen over the past few weeks. It's, you know, for running, for especially endurance running, I would say it's 95% mental, 5% physical. Whilst my injury is recovering, the physicality is holding is what goes on up here and how we deal with those things. And every now and again you need a cup of tea, don't you? So a quick cuppa. Today the tea is chamomile tea, so very nice and relaxing. So tapering crazes, leave your comments down below if how you deal with tapering. And do you taper? Because there are some people who don't taper. There are those who put in that. And I remember when I picked up my injuries, 3 weeks ago, I think Andy, Forester Dean runner, said just see it as an extended tapering. But yeah, that's great. You know, I can look at it in all sorts of ways. But the key thing is when you go out running. And today, I'm so grateful I was able to run for an hour non-stop. And it felt, you know, at points it really hurt, but mostly it felt really good compared to this time last week, where after 20 minutes I had to stop, and it was really, really hurting. It was so painful that I literally had to stop after 20 minutes. But each day, each week, I've been doing a lot of rehab, and maybe in weeks to come, months to come, I'll go through those exercises and things that maybe we should be doing every day anyway, not wait for those injuries to happen. But so 20 minutes last week, this week a whole hour, this time next week I hope I can keep going for the 3 hours, whatever, 2-3 hours, whatever time. Obviously, it'd be fantastic if I finish it in 2 hours or something. Then I'd do the Nike Sub 2, wouldn't I? Yeah, no need to do a documentary about that. I'll just go out there and run it. Well, that ain't going to happen, is it, guys? Yeah, you can dream it all you want, but it ain't going to happen. So for me, yeah, okay, I'll just clarify that. I'm sure there's going to be some super duper athlete who eventually will do a Sub 2 somehow, but not for me next week, maybe another time. But yeah, we all talk about certain times, but for me, I just want to go out and run. I see a lot of people who keep looking at their watch when they run, looking at the watch. Oh, what's the pace? What's this? For me, I just run on how I feel. If I feel good, I'll run good. And today, you know, the first 20 minutes, it really felt stiff and it was hurting. But you just get into the flow, and I got into the flow, and then it felt really good. Whether I got used to the pain and you sort of just numb it out somehow, and then I just run through it, and it did feel good at the end, and it's good omens. So I've got a couple of more training runs this week, just some short ones, some sprints, hill sprints, flat sprints, and get the muscle fibers fired up, because I want to run it in a good time. I really do want to do my best and run it in the best time that I can race it in. And yeah, so that'll be New York. But I also had some really good news in an email this week, which I think spurred me on. Let's a quick sip. Feels really good. So yeah, what was the good news? Well, the good news is I applied for Chicago Marathon, and they, like all marathon majors, have qualifying times. And I applied, and I'm in! Yeah! Yeah, I'm in. So Chicago, October next year, I'll be there. And do you know what? There might be some of you who are watching this who've got qualifying times as well. It's not as strict as Boston, certainly not as strict as London. You don't have to be a UK resident. It's open to anyone in the world with the right qualifying times. But also they have lottery places as well, so you could apply for a lottery place. And you can apply right now, obviously, based on the time I've published this, which is the of October. What's the date today? The date today is Sunday, the 29th of October. So yes, I think there's some date by November or whatever you can apply. So go and apply. I might see you there next year. Chicago, my kind of town, Chicago is. And apparently they do good pizzas as well. So yeah, double thumbs up. Hey, wait. So, and the other good news, which came in literally in the past half hour, hot off the pressed, but I need to have a quick sip to get this. It was back in April this year. I was sitting at Brighton. I think it was 2 days before Brighton Marathon, and met up with two ex-colleagues I used to work with in London, Michael and Andy, and we've started our first marathons around the same time. They ran Belfast and I ran Brighton the year before. So, and they came in with phenomenal times, around 3:30, 3 hours 30, somewhere around there. Brilliant times, or 3:25. Sorry, Andy and Michael, if I got those times wrong. But when I met them before Brighton, I said to the two guys that, because they said they wanted to get a bit serious, get a good time to qualify for London. So I suggested, why not run Frankfurt? Frankfurt Marathon, which today was the day of Frankfurt Marathon. And yes, they came in with incredible times. Maybe I should take up running coaching, I don't know, or coaching of some kind. But I did say to them, April of this year, I said, if you put in the right training, you'll both come in with some amazing times. And I think Andy joked me, says, there's no chance of him coming in under 3:05, which I think was his qualifying time for London Marathon based on his age. I think he's 25, 26-year-old, somewhere around there, mid-20s, early 20s. And so 3:05 was his London Marathon qualifying time. And I think for Michael, the qualifying time was a little bit more than that because he's a little bit older, in his 30s. Obviously, neither of the two are as old as me. I'm the old geezer. But anyway, So off they go around Frankfurt, and Michael came in with a time of 3:18. 3:18? Incredible. But Andy, get this, Andy came in with a time of 2:58. 2:58. Yes. So Andy, I'm looking forward to seeing you in London 2019. Yeah. And maybe we'll do some other races in between, but well done. Absolutely brilliant, guys, both Michael and Andy. Maybe I did have a little impact when we were eating that pasta in Brighton back in April this year, that obviously it had some form of impact. And I might have said it in other videos that there are some amazing marathons all over the world, and I've only ran 4, yeah? I've only ran, no, 3. What am I saying? New York will be my 4th one. I ran Brighton twice and Frankfurt once, so I've only really done 2 locations, and New York will be my 3rd location. But Frankfurt was, to be honest, it's amazing. The start and finish are at the same position, you know, give or take a few hundred yards, and it's impeccably organised. You know, it's nothing less than you would expect for German efficiency, and fantastic. And the crowds out there, because it's in downtown Frankfurt, or in the city of Frankfurt, that's where it starts, that's where it finishes. You've got amazing crowds in it, and crowds all the way around, and there's one little village where it stretches out to, and all the villagers come out to cheer you on. They're cheering my name. I tell you, it's an amazing course, and I'm so happy for Michael and Andy coming in with those incredible times. So I would highly recommend Frankfurt. So well done, guys. I think I need another little sip. Ooh. I'll get the timing right. Yes, that's it for this week's show. I don't think I'm going to have any time to edit or publish another weekly show until after New York City Marathon. But the past 25 weeks have been an incredible journey for me, sharing with you guys. Hard as it may be to believe, I'm a very private person, and sharing things to random people, to people I've never met or don't know, is quite difficult for me, and it's just one of those fears I've had to overcome. But I've really enjoyed the past 25 weeks. It's been a great journey, a sort of countdown to New York City Marathon. I really do hope that my race against time, I am successful, and I can get to the start of the race in a fit and healthy condition, without any niggling injuries. And I really hope that I can get out there and do my best. And thank you all for the comments, support, subscribes. I've seen hundreds of new subscribers over the past few weeks. It's been incredible, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of you, yes, you and you, to watching these and subscribing, following me, leaving the likes. I do love your positive likes and comments, so please do leave some comments below, and thoughts, views. As I said, you know, the tapering crazies. If you got any thoughts and views about tapering to share with others who watch this. And yes, so thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to these great crazy stuff. So all that remains for me to do is to get ready for be a part of it. New York City Marathon. So yes, guys, wherever you are, whatever you do, and if I do see you at New York City Marathon, give us a wave, shout, whether you're running, spectating. I'd love to hear from you. So let's just keep running. That's it, guys. New York, here we come. Do they do good tea out there? Later.